साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our day 11 of the intermediate series, Discover Peace and Joy Within. I hope you've had a nice, relaxing weekend. Also, I think I'd like to remind the seekers out there, if you have joined us for the first time, or if you have missed any of the sessions, please do visit our website, freemeditation.com.au/Jan 2023. And that has all the recordings, it has all our resources, and we'll review the website at the end of the session. So today's session is an amazing one. It's on Sahasrara, the seventh energy center, which is the limbic area on the top of our head. I think the only analogy I kind of could think about is it's like the motherboard in a car. So it has the overall control of the whole system. Now, when we're doing meditation, we always say that we are trying to achieve that thoughtless awareness. So that silent space between the thoughts. Now, that tapping into that silent space kind of gets us to what we call as the fourth state of consciousness, into the energy of the theta and delta waves. The result of this is a couple of things. One is through that limbic area of the brain, it activates the neurotransmitters in our brain. So we kind of to produce the happy hormones, the serotonin, melatonin, epinephrine, and all that. And secondly, what it does is that it optimizes the inbuilt engines, which is the energy centers, or which are the energy sources within our body. Through the plexus, then look after the various systems. So, your digestive, respiratory, circulatory, and all of that. Now, the different techniques that we have learned through the series, through the beginner series, through the intermediate series, the sounds that we have taught to use, like, we do the hum shum, which we did yesterday, we do the jagadamba, the different breathing exercises that we have shown, different triggers that, we do the bandhan, we do the balancing, All of these and the affirmations that we use are again the mantras that we use. So all of these help to facilitate the action of the Kundalini, the meditative energy within us, and then this taps into and activates our subtle system. And that happens through the limbic area, through the whole nervous system. The result is what we have been experiencing, that calmness, the feeling of peace. But as we practice and as we deepen our meditation, as we strengthen this Kundalini energy, as we get into that thoughtless space, strengthening that connection up here, it also brings balance to our mental, our physical, our emotional health, and of course, our spiritual, our depth in our meditation and stuff. So to talk to us today about this beautiful energy center, I would like to invite Vaibhav. Hello, Vaibhav. How are you?
Hello, Rita. Good, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
It's my honor to be here, to be able to do meditation with all such lovely people.
Absolutely. Now, it is an amazing center, the Sahasrara.
Yeah.
A difficult one to understand sometimes, but otherwise, once you do grasp the depth of it or the essence of it, it just roller coasters you into this whole different speed, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely. So Sahasrara is the integration of all the energy centers that you have been learning for the past few weeks. It integrates from,
so
in a sense, yeah, sorry.
Then I will just let you carry on, because that is that can take over from me for this evening.
Sure. Thanks, Rita. Right. Welcome, everyone. Let's begin today's session about the Sahasrara Chakra, which is also known as the 1,000-petaled lotus. Sahasrara means 1,000 in Sanskrit. And this center resides on the top of our head. So it's also known as sometimes the crown chakra. The Sahasrara Chakra is, as we mentioned before, it integrates all the energy centers that we have looked at, that we have learned about in the past few weeks, starting from the base center, whose quality is innocence. And then you go above, that's creativity, peace and satisfaction, love and compassion on the heart, collectivity and sweet speech on the throat, and you have forgiveness on the forehead. And all these centers, all these virtues, they are combined or integrated on this Sahasrara Chakra, on the top of your head. So in today's session, we will learn more about this, and we will also meditate upon this energy center. And we will learn what are the things which may impact this energy center, and what are the things which will help the growth of this energy center. So without further ado, let's begin our meditation. So in the starting, we will, as usual, do a foot soak, and we will clear our subtle system. And after clearing the subtle system, we will be ready to absorb the positive vibrations and the pure knowledge. So we will have a bit of presentation on the Sahasrara Chakra. And after that, we will listen to an excerpt of a talk given by the founder of Sahaj Yoga, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, whose photo you can see on your screen right now. And after Shri Mataji's talk, we will do another short meditation, and that will be the end of the session. So let's start by raising our Kundalini and putting on a bandhan. I'm assuming all our viewers and attendees are already aware of this, so I'm not going to explain this again. We join our hands and bow down in respect to Shri Mataji, who is the founder of Sahaj Yoga meditation, who has given us all this knowledge, and through her power, the Kundalinis within us rise to the Sahasrara. So let's just all join our hands in a Namaste position and bow down our heads in respect to Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. If you have your foot soak buckets ready, so feel free to put both of your feet into the foot soak water. We will now clear our left, right, and central channels. So feel free to close your eyes at this stage, or if you want to keep your eyes open, continue to watch Shri Mataji's photograph and have your attention on her. We'll now clear our left channel. So we'll put our right hand towards Mother Earth and left hand towards Shri Mataji's photograph with palms facing upward. We'll pray to Shri Mataji, whose energy helps our own Kundalini energy, our own individual mother, to rise and nurture all these energy centers that we know about. And it gives us the integration on the Sahasrara Chakra with the all-pervading power of the divine. So we'll pray to Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji, please remove all negativities from my left channel and dissolve them into Mother Earth. Shri Mataji, please remove all problems from my past and dissolve them into Mother Earth. Mataji, please strengthen my left channel. Shri Mataji, please balance my left channel. Slowly move your right hand back into your lap. And we will raise a few strands of Kundalini energy from the base of our spine with our right hand, using it like a cup, a few inches away from our body, through the central channel onto the Sahasrara Chakra on the top of our head. We will do this motion with full attention and sincerity 3 times. We'll now clear our right channel. For this, keep your right hand in your lap, palms facing upwards, and lift your left hand from the elbow, facing upwards towards the sky like a chimney. Here, we'll pray to Shri Mataji again to clear our right channel, the channel of action. Again, we'll use the affirmations to clear our right channel. Shri Mataji, please remove all negativities from my right channel and dissolve them into ether. Shri Mataji, please remove all extra heat from my right side and dissolve it into ether. Shri Mataji, please remove all ego and anger within me and dissolve them into ether. Shri Mataji, please balance our right channel. Shri Mataji, please strengthen our right channel. Mataji, please remove all the problems from our right channel and dissolve them into ether. Slowly bring your left hand back into your lap. Again, we will raise a few strands of Kundalini energy from the base of our spine onto the Sahasrara Chakra. We'll do this 3 times again. Now let's clear our central channel by lifting both of our hands up to the heart level, palms facing upwards. And we'll pray to Shri Mataji to purify our central channel. Shri Mataji, please purify our central channel. Shri Mataji, please purify our Sushumna Nadi. Shri Mataji, please remove all the negativities and all the problems in our central channel. Shri Mataji, please allow us to raise higher and higher in our spiritual ascent. Shri Mataji, please give us pure love in our hearts. Please give us the surrenderance that's needed for my spiritual ascent. And allow me to surrender to the divine power that has created us all. Slowly bring your both of your hands back into your lap. We'll again raise a few strands of Kundalini energy onto the Sahasrara Chakra. Lift both of your hands upwards again and ask this question to Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji, please show me the state of my chakras in the palm of my hands. I repeat, Shri Mataji, please show us the state of my chakras in the palm of my hand. Put your attention on the palm of your hand and see if you're feeling any heat or heaviness in a particular finger or any particular part of your palm. Put both of your hands back into your lap. Let's take 2 minutes in silence to do our own clearing. And after that, we can take our feet out of the good soap water. Let's just take 2 minutes for our individual clearing. Now let's take both of our feet out of the water after rinsing them with clean water. If you want, you can go and throw the foods of water, all the negativities now, or you can just keep it aside till the end of the session and you can throw it afterwards. We'll give another 1 minute for those who want to throw the water away. I hope everyone is back by now. Just take a minute to feel the silence within you. And also how different you are feeling on your palms, inside your head, and on the top of your head. Is it much cooler than before? Is it much calmer than before? Ask those questions to yourself. Now slowly open your eyes when you're ready. Again, we will fold our hands and bow down in respect towards Shri Mataji, founder of Sahaja Yoga. We do this once we finish our meditation. So we have sort of done that. That's why we are doing this. And now let's jump into the knowledge sharing for the Sahasrara Chakra. So Rita, if we can please have the slides. Thank you very much. As you can see on the screen, the Sahasrara Chakra, which is situated at the top of our head, looks like a lotus with 1,000 petals. That's the meaning of Sahasrara Chakra. And these 1,000 petals, they are basically nothing but the 1,000 nerves which integrate in the brain. In the head, it's right on the very top of your head. It's pretty obvious. In the palm of your hands, it's right in the middle, exactly in the center of your palms. Same on the feet. It's exactly situated on the very center of your feet. So that's the positioning of Sahasrara Chakra on your body. And now let's talk about the different aspects. Like you can see, it's the rainbow colored. So the color of the Sahasrara Chakra is rainbow because it's the integration of all the colors. And the physical expression of this energy center can be seen as the limbic area of the brain. The planet is Pluto, for those who believe in astrology and follow that. And the place in the hand, we've already talked about, that's the center of the palm. Those are the few characteristics of the Sahasrara Chakra. Let's move on to the next slide now. Now, these are some of the quotes taken directly from Shri Mataji's talks, where Shri Mataji has explained a bit more about this energy center. So, as you can see, the Sahasrara Chakra on the very top of our head, when you first got your self-realization, the Kundalini energy sitting in the sacrum bone, it rises through the central channel and breaks through the Brahmarandra, which is the top part of the scalp of our head. So, and it breaks through that and connects you to the all-pervading power by opening the Sahasrara Chakra. So this breaking through is done very gently because Mother Kundalini is your mother and she is very gentle with you. So it happens without you even knowing. And your Sahasrara Chakra is opened. Now, in some of the scriptures, it has also been said that I'll come in front of you like tongues of flames. So that's how the Sahasrara Chakra looks like as well. It looks like thousands of flames of different colors, which are burning very silently and quietly. But these flames, they don't burn you. They burn the negativities. And they give the seeker nice, cool sensation. So it's not a burning sensation, it's a cooling sensation. Initially, you might feel a bit of heat because all the stuff inside us, which we have accumulated from the past, is getting burned out by this energy. And after that has been done, eventually you start feeling the cool breeze of your Sahasrara Chakra. Let's go to the next slide, please. There are many qualities of Sahasrara Chakra because it is the integration of all the energy centers, of all those virtues, starting from the innocence, creativity, and so on and so forth. So obviously, it has all those qualities innately. But on top of that, it also gives us that connection with the all-pervading power. That's where the, that's where there is the area which Einstein has also talked about, actually. When he was playing with the soap bubbles in his garden, theory of relativity dawned upon him. And he called that area as the torsion area, the unknown, where it came from. Of course, he didn't have the full knowledge of where it was coming from, the subtle knowledge. But this is the center, the Sahasrara, That's where all this divine knowledge comes to you. So it's like when there is a supercomputer or a server in computer language, it connects to other computers or the clients. When you are connected to this supercomputer, you are getting all the knowledge, you are getting the directions of what you need to do, of how you should behave, of what exactly is the knowledge. If you ask for knowledge, a particular thing, it will come to you through that. It is very similar to that. So if you have that connection through your Sahasrara Chakra to this all-pervading power, which is much, much bigger than a supercomputer, but giving an analogy like that, it basically is it. So if you have that connection, that integration, you will know what needs to be done. You will get the right knowledge at the right time when you need it. And you won't do anything to produce atomic bombs or any things like that, which will cause destruction of the world or destruction of the society. So that's why it's really important, especially these days, to have that inner connection with the all-pervading power. That'll give you the true knowledge. Let's go to the next slide now. Now, surrenderance and recognition, these two things are very important. And as I mentioned earlier in this session, we have to recognize our mother. So you have recognized so far, I believe, if you are in this session today after many months, you have recognized your Mother Kundalini. And now it's time to recognize the mother of all mothers. That is Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Shri Mataji, with whose powers our individual mother, the Mother Kundalini, it rises and gives us this realization. It nurtures our energy centers and gives us this connection with the all-pervading power, with the divine. And that's why we have Shri Mataji's photo always in front of us when we meditate. And that's the recognition you now need to start having with the Queen of Sahasrara, that's Shri Mataji, of who she is, what's her real form. So ask in your meditations, Shri Mataji, who are you? Mataji, please give me the recognition. So let's just take a minute here now, at this very important moment. Close your eyes, or you can open your eyes and look at Shri Mataji's photograph and ask the question, Shri Mataji, please show me who you really are. Shri Mataji, please let me know in my awareness and not in blind faith. Let me know who you really are and give me that recognition. Shri Mataji, please allow me to open my heart and my mind and allow me to recognize you in your true form. You can feel the vibrations on your hands and on your head have already started to go cool. You can open your eyes now slowly. You will eventually find your answer to the question that you have just asked to Shri Mataji. I'm sure of it. We all have. It might be now, or it might be later, but you will definitely get your answer. But you have to keep an open mind, and you have to open your heart to understand who Shri Mataji really is. Now let's go to the next slide, please. And with recognition, once you have recognized, then you have to have the surrenderance in your heart. And it has to come with all the awareness. So once that happens, then it becomes easy for you to surrender. And once you surrender to the right personality, then this Sahasrara opens even more. And of course, in order to have that surrenderance, you have to have a large heart or a very loving heart. And you should give up the attitude of selfishness. And you have to become collective and think about the collective. Think about the world. Think about the society. Think about others before yourself. Those qualities of all the lower chakras that we have talked about, you have to try and develop those qualities in your personality. The Kundalini energy is helping nurture those energy centers every minute, every second. But you also have to make a conscious effort to develop those qualities within your personality, within your behavior. And when you are able to do that and then surrender, that's when the Sahasrara Chakra opens even more. Let's continue, please. Sorry, can we please go back to the other slide? So, how to balance your Sahasrara Chakra? That's one of the things which is very important to do. And there's no specific answer because it is such a complex energy center and such an integration of all the virtues. It takes a while to get there. But the only way that you can keep it right, the first way I would say to keep right all your energy centers is to meditate. Meditation has to be done every day, morning and evening. That is a must. And other than that, you can also use some affirmations to help strengthen your Sahasrara Chakra. So let's do this affirmation right now. You must have done this exercise when you got your self-realization. And so we'll do this one more time. We'll stretch the fingers of our right palm and put the center of our palm on the top of our head. Close our eyes, tilt our head a bit towards the ground, and rotate the right hand with the scalp. And while we are doing this, from the heart, we'll say, Shri Mataji, please strengthen my self-realization. Say it 7 times at least within yourself. Shri Mataji, please strengthen my self-realization. Slowly move your right hand a few inches above your head and feel the cool vibrations on the top of your head and on the palm of your hand. This is the flow of the Kundalini energy, of the divine energy. This is the fountain that you are enjoying. Put your right hand back into your lap. And in this state where you are in silence, let's listen to a talk given by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi on Sahasrara Chakra. It's about a 20-minute talk. Again, keep your hands open on your lap and with your full attention and surrenderance, listen to Shri Mataji's talk. Thank you.
So today is a day when you have to promise me that you will meditate every night, every evening, maybe in the morning also. Whenever it is possible, if you can go into meditative mood, you are in contact with this divine power. Then whatever is good for you, whatever good for your society, for your country, all is done by this divine power. You don't have to overpower the divine power. You don't have to order, you don't have to ask. Just if you meditate, you are one with this all-pervading power, which is another great blessings to us. Unless and until your Sahasrara is open, all the blessings of the divine power cannot come to you. Cannot. Maybe you might get some money, you might get some jobs, you might get this and that. But your own development is only possible when you meditate and your Sahasrara is completely open and open to truth. Now the truth is that this divine power is compassion, is love. This is the truth. They say God is love, God is truth. So the equation has to be made that truth is love and love is truth. But it's not a truth that as you have for your own children, you have for your family. Attached love is not truth. If you are attached to somebody, then you never see the bad points of that person. If you are angry with somebody, then you can never see the good points of that person. But it's a complete detached love. And that love is extremely powerful. Because whenever you project that love to anyone, you will be surprised. The problems of that person will be solved, his personality will improve, everything will work out in a very big way, and his life will be changed. But if you are attached to anything whatsoever, that attachment itself causes problems and doesn't allow Sahaj to grow. This attachment could be any kind. For example, you can be attached to your country, attached to your society, attached to your family. It can be of any kind. But when Sahasrara is open, you learn one thing is detachment. It just happens that you get detached. Though, you are not running away. As it is in Sahaja Yoga, we don't believe in people who run away from society and go to Himalayas, or that I call it as escapism. That is not the point. What happens is that you are there. You see everyone, you watch everyone, you know everyone, you are close to everyone, but you are a detached person. It's a state of mind that you achieve when Sahasrara is open. Then that state you are dealing with people, you are dealing with problems, You are dealing with situations, but you are not involved in it. There's no involvement. And that involvement which you had before can never give a complete insight what is happening, what is the truth is about any situation. So this detachment helps. The greatest thing of the detachment is that you are not affected. No use saying that, oh, you are not affected, mother, so how can you feel for another person? How can you have compassion for another person? Because if you feel for another person, then only you can solve the problem. But this feeling that you have is again a kind of an attachment. It is not a real feeling, because it doesn't help. The person is crying, you are also crying. The person is troubled, you are also in trouble. And this does not help that person, nor will it help you. So to have detached in no way means you do not feel the another person. You do feel. You feel the agony of that person, the trouble of that person, of the whole society sometimes, and of the whole country. But that your feeling is so detached that the all-pervading power takes over. First we must have full faith in the capability of this all-pervading power. As soon as you are detached, you say, you do it. Finished. Once you say that, you are going to do it. It's you who is going to do it. Whole thing changes completely, because you transfer all your responsibilities, all your problems to this divine power, which is so powerful, which is so capable, which can work out anything. So whenever you think that this problem you are going to solve, you are the one who is going to do it, then all right, the divine power says, all right, try your luck. But if you can really put this problem to the divine power, it will work out. We have all kinds of problems in Sahaja Yoga, especially when we find that people are not so much attracted to Sahaja Yoga. They are few in number, then you feel very bad about it. But have you tried to meditate on this point, and have you tried to put this problem to the divine power? Why should we worry when we have divine power available through our Sahasrara? Why should we worry? Why should we think about it? Just leave it to the divine power. If that is possible, if that you can achieve, see, which is very difficult for human beings, because they live with their ego, they live their conditionings. But if that attachment to all these things goes away, then what you do is just leave things to this power. Krishna has said in his Gita, Sarva dharmanam parityajya mamekam sharanam vaja. Forget about all your dharmas. Dharmas meaning that we have a dharma of a wife, of a husband, of a member of the society. All of them have their own dharma. But he says, leave them and leave it them to me, and I'll manage. This is it we have to learn, is to say that it's this divine power which will solve our problems. As human beings, it's a very difficult state. And this state only can be achieved through meditation. I'm not saying that you go on meditating for hours together, not necessary. But with full faith in yourself and in the divine power. If you work it out, I'm sure it's not difficult to rise to that state of consciousness. That is what we have to achieve. It's possible for men as well as for women. They don't have to think, how can we, mother, do it after all? See, all such people are no good for Sahaja Yoga. Those who have diffidence about themselves cannot do anything. But those who are surrendered and those who think they can do it can manage all this transfer of their power to the divine power. Just put it on the divine power. Now supposing I have a car which can drive me down. So if I have a car, then I don't put bullocks on it, that I don't push my car. I just sit inside and use it. In the same way, if you have this great power around you, if your Sahasrara is absolutely, completely submerged in it, then you will be amazed how things work out for yourself. I will give you an example of Sajogi. He is no more now. He was a fisherman, ordinary fisherman, but also he was educated, so he was working in a bank. This one was going one day to do some Sajoga work, and he had to go by boat. So when he came out, he saw the whole place was clouded and it was about to burst out into a big havoc. So he got very much perturbed about it, that what is this? Immediately his Sahasrara was so open and good. Immediately he said, now I leave it to this divine power to stop all these things happening. I don't want it to rain and to have any problem till I come back home and go off to sleep. And it was surprising. People told me that, Mother, the clouds and everything were there all throughout, but it did not rain, did not do anything, and there was no chaos of any kind. He went to another island where he had to go, he did Sajoga and came back. And then when he went to sleep, then only everything started pouring down. So nature, everything, every leaf, every flower, everything is worked out through the divine power. So we should not have our ego that we can do something ourselves, we can manage ourselves. Once you have that kind of a thing, you are not yet that much developed, you are not that much grown up in Sajoga. But to grow up in Sajoga should not be difficult for you, because you have guidelines. Those people who got their realization, very few of them, like Sufis, and we had some saints in India, all of them, how much they must have struggled. Nobody to guide them, nobody to help them, nobody to tell them about what they can achieve. And despite that, they were very satisfied people, very happy people, and they worked it out so well. They saw the whole world with another angle, as you can also see, but they were not upset, and they had such self-confidence. They had such knowledge of their own that they achieved through their meditative process. And the way they have written books, some of them are so great. It's very surprisingly how they have achieved these great verses, such full of knowledge. One cannot understand that they had no guidance, nobody was to tell them. But one thing with them was that they always tried to look after their Sahasrara. Now one thing is there obstructing Sahasrara is the movement of your agya into thoughts. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that stops your entry into Sahaja. Thoughts are coming all the time. Because a human being is born who reacts to everything. React to this and react to that, and the thoughts come in and thoughts go. There's a big crowd of thoughts. Because of that, your attention cannot cross over agya and can reside in the Sahasrara. So first of all, one should see what sort of thoughts are coming. You have to condemn yourself sometimes. You have to say, what nonsense, what have I been doing? What's the matter with me? How could I do all that? Once you start doing that, these thoughts will start disappearing. These thoughts are coming from two angles, one from the ego and another from your conditionings. And these are so much built up within you that they don't allow your agya to be crossed. That's why we have two bija mantras of Hum Ksham. First one is, when it is conditioning, you are endowed with this kind of a fear. I shouldn't do like this, I shouldn't do like that, is not allowed, that is not allowed. That's the conditioning part of it. Conditioning can be of many types. But the ego part of it is that I must overpower everybody, I must get this, I must be able to rule everyone. These two things are there in the mind, which are all the time crossing. So it's important that we should go into thoughtless awareness. And that thoughtless awareness is the real way that your Sahasrara can be nourished by the Kundalini. Because Kundalini cannot go through, it cannot pass through. And for that, as I said, there are two bija mantras. One is Hum, another Ksham. So if you are conditioned, you are frightened, you are afraid, and you had ideas about yourself. These days, the way people are describing, they'll say, I'm an extrovert. Somebody will say, I'm an introvert. Somebody will say, I'm hippie, I'm that. All kinds of things they can have attributed to themselves. But these ideas are all coming from outside. They are not from inside. To get to the inner side of yourself, to the subtler side of your being, you must allow the Kundalini to go through the Agya. To cross the Agya is a very important thing in modern times. And for that you have to meditate. If you can meditate with complete faith in yourself, this Agya can be opened up with surrendering to the Divine. You have to surrender yourself to the Divine. And when this Agya opens, you'll be amazed. Your Sahasrara is just waiting to transfer, to give you all the help that you need through the all-pervading power. Your connection of Sahasrara with the all-pervading power is established. And by that, you'll be amazed how all these 7 chakras work for you, how they help you, how they try to give you whatever is the real knowledge about everything. This real knowledge that you get is very joy-giving. You can see this real knowledge in everything. You don't have to start reading any book about it. In every situation and in every person, in every flower, in every natural happening, you see clearly the hand of the Divine. Once you see the hand of the Divine, your ego starts disappearing. Once you say that it's you do everything. Kabira has said something great about this. He said that when the goat is alive, it goes on saying, I am, I am. But when it is slaughtered and its intestines are made into strings, which is for cleaning the cotton, then it said, tu hi, you are. See, in this symbolic way, they have suggested that you have to become dissolved into this divine power. It's the divine power that does everything. What am I? I was just a drop, and I fell into this ocean of awareness of the divine power. And that is taking over and working it out. That will help you a lot to be a great servant. You develop curing powers, but still you are not proud of it. You developed, of course, awakening powers, you are not proud of it. You develop so many creative powers, and you are not proud of it. You become really very, very creative, extremely creative. But the greatest thing happened to you that you become a global personality. So you start seeing the problem of every country, of every other nation where they have problems. But these problems, when you see, you don't see like other people, because others may like to use it for their own purpose, maybe for media, maybe for something. What you want to see is that these problems are solved. See that your powers are so great with this kind of a mind, I would say, which is dominated completely by the divine power, that whatever disturbs you immediately is taken over and it starts working out. Many problems have been solved by surgery. And also they can be solved on a very universal level. If you are a global person, then what happens is that you become a sort of a vehicle, or you can become like a channel for this divine power to act, because you are purely a global personality. Not attached to this, attached to that, but a pure Sahaja personality, which can be used by this divine power very easily.
Let's close our eyes and try to imbibe Shri Mataji's words within ourselves. Let's pray to the divine to make us all one with it. Let's jump into the ocean of love. We are one with the all-pervading power. Let's continue to be in the state of meditation, and to help our connection with the divine, to strengthen the Sahasrara Chakra. We'll play some music in the background, which is created specifically for this energy center, for this Sahasrara Chakra. So just try and keep your attention on the top of your head, with no stress on your brain, and take where the music takes you.
Shive Sarvat Sadike Sharanye Triambake ब्रह्मारूपे सदानन्द परमानन्द स्वरूपिणी रिद्धि सिद्धि प्रदे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते शरणागत 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 दीना परित्राण परायणी सर्वस्यार्ति हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते 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 नारायणी नमोस्तुते
Now slowly open your eyes and watch Mataji's photo without thinking. Now let's conclude our meditation by raising our Kundalini and putting on bandha. But before that, let's put our hands together and bow down our heads for Shri Mataji and all the divine love and knowledge that she has given us. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for everything. Now let's raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandha. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today and for being in the state of meditation. I'll now hand over back to Rita for the rest of the program details.
I think that was just such a beautiful meditation, and we're in such a amazing state that we might just continue staying in meditation to finish
Sounds good to me.
finish the program. But thank you so much, Vaibhav. Absolutely amazing
Thank you.
program, amazing meditation. It's such a deep center knowledge that you have explained very, very easily and flawlessly and simply, the depth of it. So thank you so much.
Thank
And
you for your kind words. Yeah.
we will continue staying in meditation, and we will see you all again on Wednesday, same time, same place. Namaskar.
Thank you.
bandish is in honor of Shri Mataji. It's in Rupak Tal, and this is her grace and her and for Shri Mataji. I made it specially for her.